Today I will be making cupcakes. I'll be talking you through what I'll be doing. So the equipment I will be using is silicone baking pan sheet, some spray, baking spray, cooking spray, and I also will be using a pan, baking pan. I will be using a knife as well. I'll be using my mixing bowl and my spoon. I'll be using some water, just a little bit. I will also be using some milk, just a little bit of milk. Some eggs, not that much, just little eggs. I'll be using some sugar. I'll be using flour, a little bit of flour. Some baking powder, just a little bit of baking powder. Some sprinkles at the end. As well as my frosting. It's vanilla frosting, my favorite. And I also will be using my measuring cups. My measuring spoons be 1/2 and 1/4 that I will be using. Well, let's begin. First, I take out my measuring bowl and spoon. And then I get some of my stuff ready to mix in my measuring bowl and spoon. First thing is I use one of my measuring spoons to dip out the flour, which I do it twice. You also can use the knife as a lever if you want to. Then next I put in the eggs, but I accidentally put in too much eggs. I tried just to put in a little bit, but I put in too much, so I'm gonna have to correct that. So you can see me go away from the camera for a minute with my bowl. But I'm back now. I'm gonna add the right amount of eggs in. In a few seconds. I guess I'm still getting my eggs ready. Now I'm adding the eggs in. Just a little bit of eggs, not that much. And there's my milk. Add just a little tad bit of milk. Not gonna add that much of milk. I'm gonna add some water in, just a little tad bit of water, not that much water, just a little bit. And there's my measuring spoon. Decided to add in my sugar. I think that's my 1/2. I think that was the 1/2 sugar. And I'm also going to add in some baking powder in a few minutes. See, there's my baking powder where my cupcakes will be able to rise. See, I also added in 2 scoops. I think it was 1/2, like I said. And then I'll be ready to mix them all together. I just stirred a little bit, but it wasn't fluffy enough, so I just kept stirring it. Kept mixing it together. Nice little mixture where you get it nice and fluffy. Just add a little bit more water to it. Just a little bit, not that much. And then just stir it again. Try to get it nice and fluffy. See, now it looks a lot better. Looks the way I want it to look. It's nice and keep stirring it until you get it nice and thick but fluffy looking, no lumps. You don't want to see any lumps in the batter. And then I take my cooking spray and I spray the silhouette baking pans. Only did 3, only decided to do 3, and I did the cooking spray for the batter wouldn't stick to the silhouette pans. That's not good if it sticks. And then now I'm going to pour my batter into the silhouette pans. And if you needed to have a a paper towel handy to wipe away excess batter that gets all over the place on the table or on your pan. So now I'm just pouring in the batter into the silhouette baking. Pour a little bit in there. You don't want to overfill it. You just want to pour just a little bit. If you pour too much, it's going to go over when it's going to bake. It's going to pour out of the pan. So you don't want that. So I should have got a close-up of me pouring it in there, but I didn't. But I didn't pour that much into the silhouette pan. Like I say, just dip away the excess. And then now it's ready to go into the oven. I use the baking sheet as the bottom layer of my silicone baking sheet because I don't have a baking sheet that I can use. So this is what I came up with. And I only baked it I think it was 10 minutes, I think. Maybe 10 to 15 minutes. I didn't bake it long. It was probably less than that. I don't remember exactly. And yes, it baked with the door open. And there's my oven mitts. I should have waited and let it cool, but I didn't. I took the knife and I checked to see if it was done, which it was because the knife went through and the knife did not stick. As you can see, the batter did not stick on the knife. If the batter sticks on the knife, that means it's not done. Put it back in the oven. But it didn't stick, so you can also use a fork or a toothpick. But I just used the knife. And I should have waited to let it cool for at least 5 minutes, but I didn't. So this is me cutting around my cupcakes with the knife. So I'm going to take my fork and take out my cupcakes. I'm just looking for the fork because I can't remember where I put it. But I'm picking it up with the fork and the knife. There's my 3 cupcakes. I think they came out pretty good. If you made it this far, please click the like button and tell me what you think. Do you like me just playing music, or do you like me to talk through the video? I'm sorry. I was struggling getting that last one out, that last cupcake out for some reason. And then I finally got it out. Okay, I'm getting the frosting, or getting ready to put the frosting on. After I move the cooking sheet out the way. Okay, now there's the frosting. It's vanilla frosting. I think I used a little bit too much frosting. I should have started off with something a little lighter. That was me with I think the spoon or the fork, putting the frosting onto one of the cupcakes. That's one cupcake. I put the frosting on. Then I'm going to put frosting on another cupcake. I'm still trying to put frosting on that one cupcake. And yeah, tell me guys what you want me to cook next. I'm just starting out, but I'll cook whatever you want me to cook. Like I said, everything on my page, my channel is all reasonable prices. Yeah, that cupcake didn't work out that good, so I just put it to the side. But all my stuff, all my ingredients, whatever I'm making, is at a reasonable price. You can make on a budget. I tried to make that cupcake work off camera, but it wouldn't work. So I just moved on. And that was the spoon I was using. I was calling it a fork earlier. I switched over to another long spoon to put on the frosting, hoping that'll work a little better. Uh-oh, it fell. Like I said, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And in a few, I'm going to add on my sprinkles. And I will be done. That will be my finished project. But I'm going to say thank you so much. Have a great day.